Yep, running a little late to work, but the bikes are here waiting on me, so let's get to it. Alright, I made my presence known. I'm good. Everybody knows I'm here. If this is your first time here, my name is John Maxwell. I'm a highly trained unprofessional right here at Chattanooga Harley Davidson, and on this channel I bring you guys to work me. So if you want to learn more about your Harley Davidson, hit the subscribe button right now. So today's subject is Q&A episode 2. Well, I'm at work today, so we'll just do some work, I'll answer some questions, and that's pretty much how today's video is going to go. Remember the clutch cable I measured the other day in the last video? It came in. Let's do that. Big monster snap ring right there. Smack you right in the face. Alright, this part really sucks, but easiest way to do it. Got the O-ring on there. I'm gonna twist the side door onto the cable, not the cable onto the side door or something like. Alright, that one went better than they usually do. We're threaded on. And I'm probably going to beat up the fender, so I'm going to protect it. Oh yeah, this is a Q&A episode, so the first question is, can a M8 motor be swapped into a twin cam frame? Simple answer, no, but I'll explain. See, when you're swapping engines, the transmission, the oil lines and stuff, they don't match up. The capacity of the transmission housing is different. It's the same for 88 inch like this 2005, 96 inch that's in 2007, same thing. The oil lines all changed, and Milwaukee 8's no different. So yeah, it's more to it than that. What about oil pans? So we have to save all these parts for warranty, right? Like, in case they want them back, we have to mail them back. So Milwaukee 8 oil pan that I happen to have off, twin cam oil pan. See how the mount bolts are different? See this spot right here? This one doesn't have that. All the drain plugs are different spots. So what are we at to change the engine? You gotta change the transmission, housing, and the oil pan, and even the primary cover. But the primary cover bolts to the inner primary, which the starter motor runs through that. So all those things have to be changed too. This is getting expensive. So basically, there's a lot more to swapping an engine than just the engine. It's cheaper to just trade your 16 in for an 18 or 17 or whichever one it is. Maybe it makes sense if you have two totaled bikes and you want to transfer stuff over, but if you got a bike that's worth a fair amount of money, it might just be worth it to trade it in and buy a new one. At least that's what I think. So Josh asks, on an 08 Road King with 14-inch apes, he has to tighten the bars, once or twice a season. It's a pretty common question. It just so happens I'm doing a handlebar job right now. So let's, well, I'll show you. Ideally, when you pick a set of bars, you buy knurled ones, and that's part of what will cause a bar to loosen up. If you ended up finding a set of bars that doesn't have knurls, or I don't know, you just like the dimensions of one that doesn't have it, or you didn't know until right this second, or your bars are just getting loose, whatever the case, I use some screen repair kit, like a screen in porch, common down here in the South. I don't know if you Yankees know anything about that. I've never actually been up north to know. But this particular kind is sticky on the back, so you can actually just stick it to the bar, you know, cut it to shape, stick it to the bar, and then slide it in the riser clamp, and you're good to go. You should add too that you always want to be using a one-piece clamp like this one, because the two-piece clamps, oftentimes the apes will actually like snap right at that clamp, or the weld point. It just doesn't have enough clamp load on it. So that could be a reason why you're losing clamp load. The torque spec is 16 to 20 foot-pounds for pretty much all the models, because all the models use 5/16 by 18 size bolts. You can probably go a little tighter. I go a little tighter. Thing about apes is they're taller, so there's more leverage. Just like when using a ratchet, longer ratchet gives you more leverage than a shorter ratchet. Same with apes. So if you have 14, 16, 18-inch apes and you're like adjusting your seating position and you pull on those, well, you have more, it takes less strength to move the bar in the riser than it would a stock bar. That makes sense. You can definitely snap a grade 8 bolt, so you have to be careful like going tighter than torque spec. Blue Loctite's never a bad idea. And new bolts come with a lock patch on them, so you could always just replace the bolts too, or do blue Loctite, or, you know, those are some tips to keep handlebar tight though. I decided to eat my lunch out here in the pavilion today instead of like the little hog groups corner that's over that way. Oh, here, I'll show you. Giant pavilion is here. Hog corner and restrooms are over there for all of our events. I don't actually know if it's called the hog corner. That's just their little area, you know, with the painting and the American flag and stuff. Poncho John asks, 20K miles on a 15 limited. Change the fluids, but do I really need to be concerned with rear subframe cradle bolts, tour pack mounts, known fasteners, yada yada? Oh, and I guess he's asking if I know of any fasteners that come loose on the Rushmore models. If you didn't know, the 2014 and later touring models are called the Project Rushmore. Before that's just, you know, whatever. So what he's referring to, I think, is critical fasteners. During every service, you check critical fasteners. I don't necessarily take a couple of hours to do my own service. I do things in steps. I'll do an oil change and a primary fluid change on, say, my XL. Well, if I've taken the derby cover off, because that's how I'm gonna refill the primary side, then I am gonna adjust the clutch too, because I'm looking right at it. I check my brakes when I do tires. If my brakes aren't gonna make it to the next tire change, then I'll go ahead and change them then. Or I'll know when to look at them more often, you know? Wow, impressive. Anyway, what I'm getting at is between washing your bike, changing tires and brakes, and you know, every time you look at your bike anywhere, if you look at more than just what you're doing, then when you do your oil changes, you don't have to look at everything. Does that make sense? It's all personal preference, but they do need to be checked. When you check them is up to you guys. As far as fasteners that I know to come loose, 14 to 16, well, 16 and earlier really, on the touring model specifically, the shift linkage I've talked about a few times, those definitely tend to come loose. Otherwise, every model is kind of different. Sometimes I'll find something loose. Exhaust mostly, not on the Project Rushmores, but other bikes. The touring bracket, the exhaust bracket mount bolts at the transmission side door, those come loose. You get a little warning when they're loose though, because you have oil all over the place. Yeah, there's some stuff. Let's get back to the handlebar job. Oh wait, my car's over here. Eric Tolton asks about aftermarket warranty, and I'm not really sure if he means like warranty on aftermarket parts or Harley's warranty in relation to aftermarket parts. What I can tell you guys is that Harley warranty is 2 years, unlimited miles on Harley Davidson craftsmanship, and if it's put together right or whatever, you know. So what that boils down to is basically, if it's not Harley, obviously it's not covered. If it's stuff that was put together wrong in your garage or at a dealership, and the motor company doesn't cover that stuff. Now, once we get a bike that has a potential warranty issue, we write that bike up, we put down what the customer's concern is, we diagnose the problem, do what, you know, whatever the case, and then we submit the claim to Harley. They have an amount of time to either decline it or to approve it. I don't know a ton about it because we actually have a warranty manager that takes care of all the claims and whatnot, follows up with everything. We have to keep parts for a certain amount of time. Harley Davidson can request the parts back. If we don't send them in, then we can get fined for that, all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty much all I can say about warranty. I get a lot of questions about warranty concerns, if there's problems with this or that or what have you. And bottom line is, I'm not the person that can talk about a warranty. I relay to you what Milwaukee tells us in relation to certain concerns and things like that. So that's kind of like what I say about warranty. I'm not the final word, so I can't take a stance on it, if that makes sense. The last thing I need to do in my position is to have, you know, I say something and then whoever watches the video might go back and talk about, well, I saw a guy on the internet and this and that, and well, then I get in trouble, and the dealership could get in trouble, and the motor company's mad at me. And to be perfectly honest, I'm perfectly fine with the motor company not even knowing that I exist. So I mean, obviously it'd be cool if they like supported the channel and agreed with me and stuff, but at the end of the day, I'm not a representative of the motor company, and the motor company is who has the final say in warranty. So any warranty questions, you can pretty much guarantee I'm not going to answer. Hope you guys understand that. Now, about that whole warranty manager thing.
Marty is in charge of warranty. Like I said a minute ago, there's a warranty manager. On top of warranty, he also is in charge of the bike nights every third Friday. We've talked about that before. And Facebook.
And the YouTube channel.
And
events.
Yeah, all the events, not just bike night. There's more than just that. And
marketing.
And yeah, so, you know, he's not too busy or anything.
That's why I stay in my chair a lot.
Last question of the day, I think probably is, I mean, I'm sure this video is pretty long. It's from Kyle Stanfield. He has a 97 Softail Custom Stage 2, lots of SE parts or Screaming Eagle parts. Basically, he's asking where to find the part numbers for stuff like that. Because there's parts books, there's aftermarket parts books, there's all these places to find parts. So, HarleyDavidson.com, y'all just jump right in there. We're gonna go for the bike. What did he say he had? A 97 Softail? We'll go to select, I want to shop for the bike 97 Softail. And it pops up everything. I can do, say, Screaming Eagle Performance, and everything that is still available right now is listed that fits his bike. Obviously, as the years go on, less and less parts are available. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you select your bike and look on the internet, this is the most accurate. Things that have become obsolete or unavailable now, they're not going to be on here. You can click the parts, you can check fitment, description of parts, the detail, like all sorts of stuff. Kyle, I don't know if that's exactly what you're looking for, but it's how I look to make sure parts are still available. Those old books, they don't help you figure out if stuff is obsolete or not. I'm off work now though, which means that's the end of the video. Hopefully the website helps you guys out. I get a lot of questions about parts and what fits and stuff like that. It's a great place to figure it out. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big dirty thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap that bell, join the bell squad. You'll know when I upload. And yeah, catch you guys in the next one.